I think we are live. I hope so. Let me quickly know in the chat if you are. Let me know if you're here. Because, yep, we got a couple of people in. So, ladies and gents, XRP has officially just broken $3 a coin. Whoa! So we literally have just hit $3.03 per XRP. That's what I'm freaking talking about. That's what we're freaking talking about. That's what I mean. Whoa! That's what we whoa! There we freaking go, boys. It's been worth it. It's been worth it. It's been seven. Man, it's been so many years. But we finally hit $3 motherfrickin' dollars. We just broke it. Woo! Woo! Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Many years. Let's go quickly through. Where's everybody watching from? Oh, man, I'm sorry if I'm too ecstatic, but it's been so many years of waiting. And we finally hit $3 per XRP. You know the amount of comments that always said, no, can never happen. It ain't going to do it. $3.03, ladies and gentlemen. It was just hit. Rob coming in. I'm almost exhausted now, man. We've been talking about it. We've been saying, you know what? Trump is going to be coming in, the SEC, yada, yada, yada. And then, So the trade right now, we opened very recently, with $7,000 or so, is right now in $30,000 worth of profit almost. Just last night, it took $500 worth of profit. Long story short, it's basically to pay for funding fees. And at some point, as you guys might know from even my Bybit here, we turned $1,000 into $43,000. I don't like to sell because it's all still so cheap. And by the way, if you also want to trade, I've got a link down below to Blowfin probably, as I'm giving away 2 iPhone 16s right now. Man, I'm at a loss for words actually a little bit, man. Everybody, we've been talking about this whole ordeal of right now it's so under freaking valued, but for a spike like this to occur, let me quickly go through. Man. Oh, here we go. We got Alan saying, so you say you have 1,000 XRP and you made $800 in profit. Should you take the profit out that equals that $800 equals 250 XRP, but say XRP goes to $20, that same 250 XRP would be worth $5,000, so you're losing $4,200 in value just to have 800. Well, I mean, it just depends on what you like to do, right? Relatively, it depends on if you're trying to count things in tokens or in dollar value, right? If you're thinking, hey, I make money on the token appreciating basically over a long period of time, you're thinking in token. I kind of think about it with 2 different bags. One bag is you just want to have as many Bitcoin, as many XRP, etc. as possible, and you don't try to trade it too much. The other bag is you just care about the dollar value. You don't care if you have to buy in at $1 a coin, $7 a coin. It's just about making more dollars. So it depends. Oh man, where's everybody watching from right now, guys? Let me quickly say, or let me quickly see here, all right? Where is everybody watching the stream from right now? Oh man, I almost want to break my freaking desk here. I don't know. I feel like even though it's not the highest price like ever, we still have a little bit of room to grow. I'm not sure if you guys are feeling this with me. Maybe I'm being crazy here, but to me, this is just such a long time coming. And the fact that we've been talking about it a few days in a row now here saying, man, the spike to $3, it has to happen. The trend has shifted. It's just so satisfying to see exactly what we already expected happen. But like this, it hits different, man. SHIB Army says market cap of XRP for XRP 171 million by tonight. It'll be close to 200 million. I think you mean a billion, but sure. Hey, Kaka says just hit 10K P&L, Connecticut. Amazing, my friend. Amazing. Please don't put in the chat how many coins you have. But for a lot of you guys, I love it that people are having crazy profits right now. What was XRP's actual all-time high? Really debatable. Some people say it's $3.25. Some people say it's $3.96. It depends on the exchange. It depends on if you count Korea or not. And so to answer that, I'd say right around the $3.30 mark, but it doesn't really matter. All right, right now, since it's been 7-8 years, it was January 4th, 2018. we're practically at all-time high levels, and every single step we count right now, I count as all-time high. But, boys and girls and everybody, I made a stream, video a few hours ago, right, last night, saying that this will be the most crucial day for XRP ever. In there, I already stated that XRP will probably hit $3 today, but even I did not know, right? It's just expectations, but still, you never know for sure. But now that we have, if we stay above 275 a coin today, which is a pretty good chance right now, we have the highest close we've ever had for XRP. Let's go through some of the comments though. Let's quickly see. So Marawan says, I'm currently up significantly without leveraging. Should I hold, sell, or buy? Well, again, my friend, it depends. I mean, at $2.50, for example, I said, hey, you can sell right here, try to buy back cheaper. Maybe not, right? In the terms of, if you sell at $2.50, which we'll most likely get to, which it did, you could have sold and bought back. But sometimes, just like now at $2.85, I thought, it's wise to kind of sell here because we're at the highest point since last month. So it's wise to sell. But then again, you might have sold and it all of a sudden shot up to $3.03 just now. You would have hated yourself. It just depends a bit on your character. The way I go about it is I always just buy, as I'll show you in a second, because I know where we're headed throughout the cycle. And mostly because Trump is coming in now. But as I said before as well, it could be that the day before Trump or something like that, the price quickly goes down for a bit of a flash crash, making everybody scared. And after his inauguration, it might be like with the Bitcoin ETFs, that from there on forward, it's mostly just upwards. So I'm not really thinking of selling, but on the short term, it's sometimes wise to sell something. So it depends on how much in profit you are. Let's quickly see here. Calvin says, Dusty, should I sell at $3.10 to buy back at around $2.80? Again, this depends on your strategy. For me, it doesn't really make too much sense, but I'll quickly go over it. Let me quickly show you. So for me, as of this point, right, the trade has been open for so long. It's been open since 70 cents per XRP. That's why we're in $40,000 worth of profit or so. I'm just keeping this open because there's really nothing I fear. The price won't probably go down back to like 70 cents or something like that. So I'm not going to lose this money. This trade was opened at $2.10, but with significantly more money, with $100,000 or so. And we're almost in $30,000 worth of profit as well. But again, relatively a way bigger trade. Again, still relatively small in my opinion, but a way bigger trade. Regardless, I'm here thinking, you know what? I could actually sell right now because we've quadrupled our money or so, and it's still $30,000. You can still do something with that, and then just try to get it on the swing back down. Because as we established earlier, right, we expected to get a high point. For example, now it's at $3 something, and then for it to swing back down. In this case here, perhaps, for example, as low as $2.60, not even $2.80. But since we're struggling right now with these previous tops, as we are, facing that resistance here, this might struggle. Then again, because we're in such a hyped up area, because we just had ourselves the inflation numbers coming out, which were positive, I guess people found them, which caused Bitcoin to spike to 99,000. Let it quickly refresh here. 99.9, I think it went to 99.6, something like that. It's not refreshing. But Bitcoin right now is at 99.6. If Bitcoin breaks through and goes above $100,000 here, let's quickly see it refresh. Give it a little second. Here we go, 99.3 thousand. If Bitcoin sets through here, there is a good chance that XRP all of a sudden is going to do some ridiculous numbers. Not just little numbers, I'm talking ridiculous numbers. And that's the reason I'm not too eager to sell, even right here. Let me quickly do something. Just give me 1 second. Let me quickly see how my other stuff is coming along. I think we're quite good. Let me quickly see if you guys commented anything. Somebody says, what is XRP? I like that. What is XRP? Somebody says, where was it? What is XRP? Here we go. Dusty, thank you for your knowledge. You were the reason I first bought XRP and inspired me to start researching this coin. I was able to get my family to buy in on this as well. They struggle with the dollars. Good to hear. Risky, but in my opinion, that's the funny thing. To me, it's never really risky. But again, when you're in a situation like we're at today, if you're witnessing life-changing amounts of gains, make sure you change your life. And also, guys, if you watch this right now, as we've got over 1,200 people watching, everybody, if you've not done it yet, let's get that like button up there. Let's get at least, today is basically all-time high day for XRP. If you're not pressing that like button, then I can't understand a single thing in the world that will make you press that button. It's accepted, it's okay. But if ever you felt like pressing that button, today should be that day. That's all I got to say about that, because what a crazy, crazy, crazy day. Crazy, 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 crazy. Somebody says, why would I take out any profit? So the reason you would is because nobody can predict where the price is going tomorrow. In a certain sense, you can, based on probability, try to play around with it and try to maximize your profits, but nobody really knows. It could be, for example, that right now at $2.97, in this case here, our trade is doing pretty well, that this is the highest it's going to go for a few weeks. Maybe soon enough, right? For example, March will be at $7 in XRP. I'm just saying up a number. But maybe in the midst, it will go to $1.40. Then some might say, well, you know what? If it goes from $3 to $7 in a few months, it's better to hold. Some would say, no, if we expect it to go to $1.40 in the midst, it's better to sell now, try to buy back cheap, and then sell it later. But I personally find it is a matter of how your risk profile is at. I personally like to just mostly accumulate good positions and let them stack up to look juicy. And that's because it's just a lot more fun. All right, let me quickly log into the other account. Do you guys remember we opened an account with a few $1,000s, I think like 15,000 or so? Which one was it? Was it DustyBC 1M? Let's quickly give it a second. Maybe it's this one. Let's quickly take a look. So, how is this account doing? Do you guys remember the account we opened on stream a while back? We put $15,000 into this account last month. Let's quickly see. It is right now in roughly $3,500 worth of profit. And the main reason I'd say is because I wanted to do a new challenge and then I got lazy. But if I did not get lazy, most likely would have been about double the amount of profit or so. So I'm going to say roughly $7,000 profit or so on the entire account. But again, if you're looking for a platform to trade on, Blowfin, anybody can use, and the link is down below. Right now, I'm also giving away 2 iPhone 16s for people that are on there. And somebody asked, hey, can you put RLUSD on a cold wallet? Yes, you can. I've not used RLUSD actually, so I wouldn't know exactly which wallet you would go for. But I guess if you can store your XRP on a cold wallet, you can store your RLUSD on a cold wallet, especially because it's also an Ethereum token, but you can store it, I guess. Regardless, somebody was asking something here about selling XRP. Dude, how is going to go down when so much money is coming into it? Answer is it won't. Stop advising people to sell. First of all, whatever I say here is not advice. And people like to always go to my comments section and say, never tell people to sell. Are you stupid? But I find those people that either the dumbest people around, and you, Peter, if this is really what you're saying to me right now, either you're an idiot or you're just very self-centered. A lot of people right now are witnessing life-changing amounts of gains. They held XRP, for example, from maybe 12 cents to $3. That's a 30x on their money. And some people will write it if things go bad, right? Because it can always happen, all the way back down from life-changing amounts of money to back to maybe debt or something like that. So it's always wise to give people a real little reality shake of saying, hey, even if this goes times 10 over the next few months, it's never a guarantee. And so to some extent, if for many people it's wise to just cash in some profits, now that you're making so much, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. I expect you to do really well, and so do most people here. But since there's no guarantee, if you can change your life, why not at least attempt a little bit at it? At least that's my personal perspective. If you're a gambler, really, you're just like, then of course you're never going to sell. But that's the only problem. Again, when are you going to sell? And you say, oh, well, you got to tell us. And I'm saying right now that $3 is the highest point it's hit in 8 years. It's not bad to just take some profits here and there. Anyway, if you disagree, that's fine. But if you're advising people against that idea, that selling is really, really bad, then you're an imbecile or just very self-centered. I don't know what to tell you. But that's just a very bad thing to say, in my opinion. Regardless, you don't have to sell, by the way. You're your own human being. All I'm saying is, man, are we freaking high. And I think we're going to go so much freaking higher. But 200 XRP, somebody says, is now $600. A while back, 200 XRP was like $50. So we have done some really, really crazy numbers over a very short amount of time. Maliki says, thank you for your reply on RLUSD. Great work, and I love your channel. Hey, it's just I've never used RLUSD, actually. And there's no real need for me to use it at all. Maybe over the next few months as I use the XP Ledger more. But for right now, not so much. Some people say, stop selling, stop talking about selling. Man, again, if you disagree with my opinion, that's completely fine. But at the end of the day, you got to understand there's multiple thousands of people watching this. For some people, it's way better to sell something than to just hold on hoping for a dream. And for most people like me here, hey, at the end of the day, I don't care enough. 30,000, I wiped my ass. No, it's just a joke, right? But I wiped my ass with that. $30,000 is nothing. We go again. We go more. Matter of fact, we should take all this money now and put it in again so it can be acting as more money. So when it goes to $7, we have billions. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be doing. But I'm a little baby, and I'm not. And I'm not. No, we're not doing anything. All right. I'm just holding my XRP on spot bags. We have some small trades open here because it's kind of funny. And as you guys have seen from the channel the last few weeks, I don't sell because I expect things to go way higher. But again, just because I'm not doing that, don't mean it's the best strategy for everybody. Because I, again, am a little bit of a maniac. And sometimes you see these... My portfolio, ladies and gentlemen. My portfolio has just hit a new all-time high. And you know what that means? No, it doesn't mean I'm going to take my clothes off. You know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you? See some mango. Woo! That's amazing, man. Wow. I almost want to start $2.98. Wow. So, sneakers and supercars said, let's quickly go through this. Bought at 20 cents and 24 cents. Wow. And held for the longest, cashed out half at $2 and holding the other half. XRP made me and my family incredibly grateful, or made me and my family incredibly grateful. Very happy to hear that, my brother. Very, very happy to hear that. Even for other coins, by the way, always happy to hear. But right now, today, XRP is the freaking king. Clive says, I started accumulating XRP when it was 12 cents and plan to begin taking profits once it reaches 10. Again, 10, very reasonable, not that high. People like to go to my comment section and say, Dusty, you're an idiot for saying $20 in XRP will probably happen. But I've explained the whole story. I don't think $20 in XRP is that high. I think $10 is a very low target. But hey, different people will disagree, or will agree and disagree. Edgy says, Dusty, I'm following in whatever you do. If I lose my money, it's your fault. But if I win, it's all because of me. Pretty much sums up the comments on your videos. Yes, that is very often how it goes. But I always say, my strategy is what I've learned throughout these years, right? And that's what you can see on the channel here because I cover it every single day. But the opposite side is also, I'm a little bit mentally unstable, all right? I am very mentally ill. And that basically means that I'm able to stomach ridiculous losses every single day, all right? You can see now, if we go to this account right here, let me quickly go open it up. This right now, I'm doing it in a very low manner, and the reason is because I open it as a live stream trade, so we're trying to keep it very, very low. On my own, because of my mental illness, I would open this at least times 15. So instead of a $100,000 trade, $30,000 and $60,000, so $200,000 worth of trades, I would open at least 2.5 million to at least feel something in my heart and feel a little bit of beating and a little bit of craziness. And at that point, again, I personally don't think it's wise because it's just a little bit too much to play with in terms of just a click. Maybe if you're analyzing it. Oh, man. My story has to be cut short. Almost back at $3. Ladies and $3! Woo! We're back above $3 a coin, ladies and gentlemen. $3 per XRP. We're back at it again, boys and girls and everybody. $3 per coin. Whoa. This is like crack. I've never tried. I wouldn't know. Or do I? No, I don't. But man, does this feel good? I hope this is what the people on crack feel like, because that must be amazing, man. Holy smokes. So I was trying to say, I like to open big positions in that sense because it gives you a good little feeling, especially when you're right. But on the opposite side, it's also because I can very well stomach when it goes down a few $100,000 or a few $1 million because it's not the first rodeo, all right? Then again, it never is fun. I'll tell you that. It is always a little bit of an oof situation. Even one of my other trades on Bybit went to like minus 85,000 or so, I think on the stream. Maybe not, maybe 130,000, something like that. I don't know what we did on the stream. And to be honest, it was a little bit awful. It was like, it's not so nice because I talked about it on the videos. I'm like, hey, I'm opening these trades. And for it to go minus 100,000, it's not really looking good, right? But I said, you know what? It's going to be fine. Just give it some time. It'll be okay. But people go to the comments like Warrior saying, you see, I lost money because I'm still, I followed you. And I say, well, just because it's my strategy don't mean you have to follow me. But then now we are here. The Bybit account is in, let's quickly go ahead and check it out. Let's give it a little look. Let me go back to the other. Hey, how much do you think the Bitcoin trade is in? What are the guesses? Remember, guys, we opened another Bitcoin position on stream a while back. I have paid $3,500 in fees for keeping this position open. How much profit do you think we made on our $2,000? We put $2,000 into Bitcoin. How much money do you think it's worth now? Let some guesses go. Everybody, let's get some guesses in the chat. Right now, just say a number. All right, we opened this a few months back in a live stream. What do you think the $2,000 are in profit on? You know what I mean? Let's see. So we got Julian at 50, 15, 23, 10, 5, 6, $4, 13, 50, 20, 20, 18, 18, 23. I'll give it 10 more seconds. How much leverage? 10x. You can see it on the left right here. It's 0.58 Bitcoin. Opened at $20,000. Entry price $34,000, or open $20,000 worth. Right now $99,000. It is $38,000 worth of profit. So the closest was $35,000. Nobody got it though, but you guys got a little bit close. Medium. So that's also not bad. Then again, I have to pay a couple $1,000s in fees. And you want to know a fun fact? I think on this position, I can't see it anymore. I was gonna say, no, can only see funding. I was gonna say, wait, let me see if I can open. Hey, you know what? I can't actually see it. So we opened this position the 5th of, now that's I think what I added. Wait, let me quickly check this out. Because I'm looking through here, and it seems that I added to my position on August or something of 2024. So we've been kept keeping this open, and I just added. Oh, this is funding. Kind of funny. We got funding fees on a few days. Interesting. Regardless, it's been open for a long time, as you can see. But that's kind of how I roll with these things. It's not necessarily smart, but it's kind of more fun. We just had $2,000, and now we have almost 40. Just because I'm not a little wussy. Then again, I think you could make way more profit if you're actively doing something. But I think for the stream, sometimes it's better to do it this way. And then there's one more account. Let me quickly see that I have here in front of me. Let's see how this one is doing. I have no idea. We put $60 into Bitcoin, and it's worth $800 now, or $800 in profit. But it costs us $60 to keep it open, so this is definitely not worth anything, but hey, that's still money regardless, right? Let's quickly go back to the main account. Let's see what we have in terms of positions here. We have ourselves XRP and 43,000 with 20,000 already cashed out. We have ADA. We have, let me quickly go ahead and see further. There's one position you guys cannot see because that is illegal. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, so the Doge one, let me quickly see. Is this the one you cannot? Yeah, you cannot see that one. So the Doge one you can see. Here we go. It's about $25,000 worth of profit or so. WIF is down, whoa, 16,000. Again, I'm committed still, but WIF is a freaking beast of a bad coin. Oh. So we're 16,000 down on WIF. Solana is, again, I can actually just close this trade because it's only $50 that we've got in that. So that doesn't, I'm not sure why I still have that even. Interesting. Ethereum is also back down, only $7,000 in terms of profit. And then the Bitcoin trade on here, again, only $3,000 in and only $27,000 worth of profit. So still not too amazing, but definitely not bad. But the XRP trade definitely is the most interesting out of the bunch here. Somebody says, I took profit on 266 per XRP, thinking I can buy back again at the dip, but it went up and bought at 296. Am I stupid? Please say DustyBC, please. So I described in detail before why buying the top is not necessarily smart, but if you can kind of see it over a longer scale, it's fine. I'll grab it for you here. Give me a second. So to make it more clear, here, by the way, this is a little sheet that I shared with Patreon people, but hey, I'm not so active on Patreon no more. I should get back into it. Here's an example. If you start buying at $2.87, for the example here, it's $2.87 per XRP, and you're asking me, hey, was this a stupid idea? It depends on how long your scope is. For example, if the price goes all the way back down to $1.94, which it did recently, this is the last cycle, right, over in December, then it would have still been fine, because if you just stacked your buys on the way down, right? And you bought the majority of your coins at $1.94. Your average price would have been $2.08. So the moment it got back to like $2.70 or right now $3, you've been in crazy amounts of profit. But the thing is, if you're starting at high prices, it's not wise, in my opinion, to stack it up too hard, to go for too many coins all at once because you're buying at the highest point ever. And at that point, you're basically buying, 1 second. You're basically buying with the idea that this is, there we go. You're basically buying with the idea that this is going to be the breakup move and that it's going to start going up from here. EV Warrior says, pondering taking profits right now. I'm sure you are all. Not really. And that's where I always try to make my point clear as well. If you're pondering about it too much, take at least a little bit. That's always what I like to say. Don't take it all. Here, last night, here, you can see this little red candle right there. Let me quickly show it to you, if you can do that. Where was that? Here we go. So yesterday I sold the top a little bit at 280. Let's quickly see if it was the top or slightly beneath it. I think it was like close to the top. Let me quickly go find it. When was that? Last night somewhere, right? I don't know which day it is. Is it the 16th or the 15th? Anyway, as you can see from somewhere, I sold the top yesterday. This is the 1 minute chart, so you can see it's kind of proper at the top. Why did I do that? Not because I don't expect prices to go higher, but partially to kind of just pay for funding fees. And I only took $500, $600, something like that. $700, I don't know, something like that. Just so I'm like, you know what? If I have to hold this for a longer time, at least I will have the funding fees basically paid for a while. Because you have to pay if you're borrowing significant amounts of money. And yeah, for me, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just going to keep it open for an extremely long amount of time. But ultimately, if I was pondering, I was thinking, oh, should I sell? Should I sell? I'd just sell a lot. Like, at least now, let's say we open it with $10,000. I take $10,000 out of the $30,000 we're in profit and then go from there. So at least I'm free riding, right? It's basically a free trade. Maybe, you know what? If I put 10K in, I take out $11,000. So at least I made $1,000 profit. You might say, Dusty, but then at least as of this point, you can never lose no more, right? Because now, as of this point, it's either going to millions or to zero. But you cannot lose. Before, otherwise, you could lose. Yes, you can win more if you keep it all in, but you can also lose if you get my drift. And right now, you can't, in my opinion. So if you ask me, when do you enter? There's two main strategies that are nice to go for. One is to enter anywhere and DCA, right? Dollar cost average. Second is to wait for the major pullback. And if we're taking a look at a broader XRP chart, as it currently stands, a pullback towards the spot of, for example, $2.60 would be a very juicy entry. But anything above that is essentially quite risky because we right now are at the top. So if we're taking a look at a proper uptrend, which we are witnessing right now, again, you have yourself your initial bottom, which is basically where the downtrend shifted to uptrend. We have ourselves our initial top, our initial bottom. Right now, the first top, or I'd say the second top actually in the structure, with, again, quickly following afterwards, most likely a new bottom. Because I don't want to consider this in here, but we could. All right, we could consider this as well as another top and bottom. I don't want to. But regardless, this would most likely be a good spot for another bottom around the $2.60 mark. And that's, again, what I would go for if I was a selling man, if I wanted to sell the high point. Because, again, think about it. $3 is a major psychological barrier. So it's not stupid to sell it, for example, before 286 or right now, because we're waiting for the daily close, right? There's a very good chance we're going to come right around the $2.75 mark, and that there's going to be massive volatility just before the whole Trump inauguration. Now, there's a good chance that when Trump gets elected, that things start moving up aggressively. But I'll also say that there's no guarantee here. So what I would do is not necessarily what the safest bet would be. One of the safer things to do is go for $3 right now, accept it, take it with your full might, try to wait for a pullback, and if it doesn't happen, at least you didn't sell the full back. But a good chunk, you know what, I'll sell a little bit. Let me see where I can, wow, I've never used the PC version here. I always use the phone. Quite peculiar. Oh. Interesting. Oh, it is quite convenient. Here, so let's say, for example, we close 2%, at this level. Okay, it's slightly above where we're at right now. We can sell a couple $1,000s worth if it gets to that point. Why? Just for fun. Just to prove to you, hey, it's not that bad. I can also do it. Even though I think it's going to go way higher. Sometimes I should have just done market. Let's take this order away. You know what? If it doesn't get hit, it doesn't get hit. I can't handle that. We have to do a market. Okay, so we're selling, for example, 2% of the trade. Or how much? Let's do, let's sell 2% of the trade here. There we go. So we sold a little bit. Why? I don't know. Just so at least I'm proving to people, but I could sell way more. We could actually, you know what? I don't want to do it. But out of principle, it's not bad. And that's what I want to portray to people here. $2.95 per XRP is so ridiculously high. It's not bad. Hey, Buddy Cigars and Spirits is back. What's up, man? It's been a little while since I've seen you around. He says, hey, Dusty, good to see you. Do you think the SEC appeal filing will cause a bit of a drop today? Not really. I mean, nowhere in the recent history that I can think of has an SEC document really pushed the price down. There have been multiple occasions where it pushed the price up whenever there was a positive document for Ripple's side, but I wouldn't state that it most likely would cause a drop. I mean, people are really, really emotional, though. And just to put into perspective, by the way, on some exchanges today, the price hit more than $3 too. I think here's actually also $3 you can see on the top left. It says OH L and C, right? On the, like around this area right here. If you're wondering, that's what I'm looking at right now. It says O, H, L, and C. It's open, highest, close, or lowest, and close. And those are basically for what the price has done throughout this little period. Tony says, sad thing, I sold most of my XP at 57 cents, thinking it was high back then. Never got back in, forever sad. Yeah, that's the little fallacy of sunk costs, right? Where you sell it and you're thinking, you know what? Or not sunk costs, actually, I don't know what the thing is called in English, the right way. Anyway, the principle is basically that just because you could have bought at a cheaper price, you're thinking, you know what? Oh, no, it's not. What is that called? I don't know the best name for it. Just because you could have bought at a cheaper price, now you feel bad on it and you don't want to buy back in because you think, you know what? I could have had a better price and I'm going to wait for it again. But I personally have now stepped away from that. Whenever there's a good opportunity to buy in, even if it's way higher than I bought in last time. Right now, for example, very often I buy at $2.50, $2.70 in XRP. Where, again, this is just now a few weeks where I'm buying above 50 cents per XRP. It's only been a few weeks. But, yeah, I don't mind. Prick says, screw man, I held for years and sold at $2.35 because I thought I could buy back at lower prices. Should I reinvest that $20,000 right now or wait? Or $20,000 right now? No, I mean, I wouldn't do it right now, me personally. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. But with prices being too high right now, it's very high at $2.92. I wouldn't do it. I would wait for a pullback or just be unlucky. But I personally would not feel comfortable right now putting my money in. That's me. But again, to each their own, right? Even yesterday at $2.60, it was already quite high. But right now at $2.60, it's a better price. It's kind of funny how things go. But I made 3 videos in a row yesterday explaining why it's pretty good value. And then if you're thinking about buying today in comparison to yesterday, when it's up like 30 cents, it's kind of stupid. But on the opposite side, hey, you do you, brother. To each their own. And that's why it's sometimes so hard to make these videos or streams, because I understand most of the questions and most people want to know one thing: when to buy, when to sell. And when I say, you know what, there's no set roadmap for this. It's all based on probability and it's all based on risk management and how you like to fill in that risk. People are like, yeah, but what does that mean? And I'm like, well, it's a matter of I can buy right now at $2.92 and make it a profitable trade over a prolonged period of time. All I got to do is manage my money properly and go for an asset which I think will go up significantly over time, which again, I personally think XRP will, but some people disagree. Muza says, guys, the difference between KuCoin, BitGet, and Bluffin. BitGet, screw them. Never use BitGet. I don't like them at all. Bad people, bad management. Not nice. Not nice company. There's a few people in there that are nice, but I would stay away from BitGet with my whole entire heart. KuCoin is okay. Yeah, actually quite fine. I don't use them myself, but they're fine. Bluffin, I like recently, mostly because they've been treating people well. And they're up and coming, and that's sometimes nice to kind of be around. Sometimes I also focus on who has the best competitions. For example, WeX had a couple of really, really good competitions, so I like to stick around. But my favorite exchange still is Bybit. Somebody says, is Blocks betrouwbaar? Or is Blocks trusted? I don't know why you would ever use blocks. If you're in the Netherlands, I'd probably go for like 𝗕𝗏𝗲𝗏 or 𝗏𝗪𝗏 or Kraken, for example. Depends on if you want to trade or you want to just buy crypto. If you want to trade, again, Blowfin is quite nice. Bybit is quite, Bybit is quite nice. If you want to just buy and sell, then whatever country has the best on-ramp for your country. Whatever exchange is the best on-ramp for your country is the easiest. But I don't know blocks. I've never used it. I don't know any person who does. Dusty, what do you think of 𝗓𝗃? 𝗓𝗃 was done really well. I hold 𝗓𝗃. 𝗓𝗃 was quite nice. Buddies says, after this bull run, we need to meet up and have some stogies and good bourbon. My treat. Okay, I'll hold you to that, my friend. Stogies, huh? 2.8 after SEC tweet. So I think he means that after the SEC tweets out the document. What are you talking about? Did the SEC tweet something just now? Hey, by the way, if something happens, you can always let me know in the chat, by the way. Huh? Like, I'll pay attention. So if you're saying, hey, somebody just tweeted something, like the SEC, for example, I'm down to look it up and see and cover this, but I don't think they did. Let's see. 21 hours ago, no. I guess Robinhood. We announced that 2 Robinhood broker-dealers have agreed to pay $45 million in combined civil penalties. That's interesting, I guess. I guess I don't know. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Dusty, do you think Link will do good this cycle? Probably. I wouldn't necessarily go crazy on Link because there's no real hype for it right now, and yeah, it's not in the best situation, but Link is solid. This is a matter of, well, man, I try to go for hyped up things or things that are quite undervalued. Link is like properly valued right now. It's doing good. It will most likely go up a lot over the cycle. But yeah. Mango says, haha, everyone is hype over an 8% pump. First of all, 8% pump is quite a lot when we're talking about these market caps. It's not a shit coin no more, right? We're in one of it's the 3rd biggest crypto. So 8% up is a ton of money. Second of all, it's at its highest point basically ever. So it's pretty exciting. Let's see. What do you think of Neon EVM? I don't know. What about 𝗏𝗏? 𝗏𝗏 is solid. The only problem is for 𝗏𝗏 in terms of what they're doing, it ain't that exciting right now. Like 𝗏𝗏 are quite undervalued. No, that's the problem. I thought it was. If I remember correctly, 𝗏𝗏 versus Bitcoin and ETH was not as undervalued as Bitcoin, XLM, ADA, and such were. So 𝗏𝗏, if they don't really start doing anything quite heavy or something, any big announcements, it's not, you know, as cheap a buy. It could still do well, and I think it probably will, but it's not as undervalued as some of the other ones. Von Hona says SPX coin, thoughts from its price in August and now. I don't know what you mean. Code says, what's up, Dusty? What's up, man? Who invited Mango? Not sure. How come XRP and XLM charts follow each other very closely? Because they have the same founder. 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗪𝗏 made both of them. And they kind of do the same thing. If you think about it, they have the same mission, same sort of situation going on for them. So when they're quite similar, it does make sense when they kind of follow along with one another. But also, if you take a look, Algorand, XDC, all those coins kind of follow a similar sort of movement. Vanhana says, SPX is a meme coin. I know what coin you're talking about. I just don't know what you mean, what you wrote. Jungle says, bull the rumor. I think he means buy the rumors, sell the news, guys. Come on. Yeah, but then the question comes, where exactly is the news? Is it Trump's inauguration? Is it Trump's real statements? Or, because if you think about it, right, a buy the rumors, sell the news is theoretically speaking based on the actual announcement of something, right? Which could be also for Trump. The moment he announces we're going to do this, he's going to do that. But on the opposite side, if now it's a matter of, hey, you know what? Let's say, for example, right, you're investing in animal indices of sorts, right? So you're getting money, or your value goes up the more that animals get viewed, right? And now there's a rumor going around that the president is going to allow zoos to be a thing, which there weren't before in this example, this hypothetical. Well, you're like, wow, that could be pretty amazing. So the price starts going up. But let's just say that that's been going on for a long time, and the mayor actually announces it. Then the price might drop because people are already expecting it. So cool, could be. But now, theoretically speaking, since everybody can see those animals and you are getting money when more people see your animals, the price over time will significantly go up. So then the question comes, where exactly do you start selling when the announcement that could come out is not really a chance thing, it's almost guaranteed. That's why it's priced in partially, but actually pushes your industry so much further in which you'll make a lot of money from that. So the announcement in this case is not just a random speculatory piece, it's basically changing our entire industry for the better. So why then would it sell off hard? Just because people are thinking, oh, you know what, we are speculating on this and the rumor is out, it's done, and this is the news. But mostly that's with news that doesn't really change much. In this case, the change is basically what changes everything. I don't know. I feel as if this is not a similar sort of buy the rumor, sell the news type of event as we usually have. Lee says, what about XDC? Do you like it? I love the videos, by the way. So I'm not against XDC whatsoever. I'm gonna drink something, but you guys always say don't put it in the microphone. But I like XDC. XDC I'm definitely not against. Again, also a matter of they gotta up their game a little bit. A lot of coins, they're not doing as much these recent times. Maybe because prices are going up. But it's a nice coin. It's just you know, not as many announcements to share as with some of the other ones. By the way, ladies and gents, two things. One, if you've not done it yet, make sure you put that notification bell on. If you haven't done it yet, it's extremely important you put the notification bell on, because what is something crazy happens, I'm always here, right? That's one. Second of all, if you're looking for a crypto exchange to trade on, you can check out the link down below to 𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗏. Whoa! Virtual is also pumping like crazy. Boys, I didn't even notice that. Nobody told me that. I actually sold off, I think, a couple dollars worth of virtual here. Let me quickly see. Oh no, I sold. Wait, what? Oh, here we go. I sold a few $100s worth of virtual. Not much, actually. Wait, what? Interesting. Oh, okay. I thought I sold more, but I accidentally only sold $200 worth. But it's right now $8,000 for the profit as well. So that is actually pretty nice. If you're also looking for a platform to trade on, check out the link down below to 𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗏. That's what I'm using. Max says, do you think $3 will be the resistance, or will we be shooting past in the coming hours? I mean, even if it's a resistance, you could shoot past it, right? But as it currently stands, $3 is a major psychological barrier because it's basically that number that everybody has been talking about. Why have we hit $3? Mostly because the trend has been shifted around. Trump is coming in, SEC is going to shift, and I mean, it's a bull market. There's no real specific one thing to attribute this move to. Eric says, every pump you can trust Dusty will be here. Yep, I'm thinking of taking a flight somewhere tomorrow to go have some fun. I actually wanted to go do some winter sporting as well, just tell you guys. But I'm afraid that I'm on there freaking skiing or something like that, and all of a sudden price is going to go up, and I'll be in the middle of the mountains with no connection. So I might just do some cities touring stuff. But yeah, so make sure you put that notification bell on, because I told you guys, I'll always be here. Whenever something crazy happens, I'm here. All right? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But what a crazy day, though. Anyway, a bit later, I'll talk more about my full-on strategy for how I'm going to tackle this market. As it currently stands, though, I am ridiculously bullish. But if we go back down, you know, to $2.60 or so, I'll probably still get a good buy-in, because relatively at that point, it's quite cheap. But on the opposite side, $2.60 per XRP is still very, very high. I would probably just enter a solid position, but not a crazy, crazy one. But that's because it's now fallen from $3 back to $2.60. You know, relatively almost like a 20% move or so. Feels like a solid buy to go for. But I really want to get myself one or two. I told you guys, right? If it goes to $1.90, I'll probably enter with probably $2 million or so at $1.90 per XRP. Something along those lines. I want to buy, yeah, at least 1 million XRP. If it goes towards this level, just to open a position at that point. At $2, I might also open $1 million a position, just 500,000 XRP or so. Let's see how it's going to go. But as of this point, if you're in crazy amounts of profit, you've never witnessed this before, change your life is what I always say. Laurentinu says, stop dreaming, it will never go to $1.90. Remember that it did go from $2.90 to $1.90 before. And you can say stop dreaming, but hey, to each their own. I just told you what I would do if it goes. If it goes to $2.60 is where my first buys will be. If it does. If it does not, I'm comfortable where we're at. I have more XRP than everybody, so it's okay. I won't mind if we just go up here. But if it goes down, I'll buy again. But yeah, did the SEC file the appeal? Let me quickly see if anything is out there already. Let's see. James Filan. What is his fill-in law? There we go. Okay, let's quickly take a look. What in the world is this? The parties have filed a stipulation stating they will file a deferred appendix for the cross appeals 21 days after the appellee's brief is served. The SEC's opening brief is still filed by tomorrow, so no, nothing out yet. It's going to come out today, most likely within a few hours, but let's see. I'll be back probably with another update when this document comes out. If it's interesting, maybe not. It depends on the contents of it. It depends on if it's worthy of covering. And again, the reason sometimes it's wise to sell is so you're aware of the volatility. And $2.90 some per coin is still extremely high. You could have sold at $3.02 or whatever. Cool, but $2.92 is extremely high still. It's okay if you want to sell some and buy back cheaper. It's all good. Let's quickly take a look though. How's the market moving? Up most is virtual. Hey, who followed me? I wonder. Who was with me buying the virtual dip? I wonder who was with me on that. We're doing pretty well on that. It's up $8,000 on $3,000 we put in just like 3 days or something like that, right? So it's definitely not too bad. And I bought it on a whim as well. Because I bought it and I was actually, man, if only I was slightly less of a pussy, I could have bought so much more $2.20. Because you can see I bought the dip of the dip. But still, my average price, as you can see, I bought it $2.72. Then I bought it $2.30 or something. But I only bought it a little bit of it. If I had just fully committed right there, man, this profit could have been good. It could have been up 600% instead of only 300%. But yeah. Okay. Let's just say a little bit more, like 450% or so. Anyway, it's okay. Not too bad, not too bad. That's about it for this little crypto update, guys. Just wanted to quickly let you guys in on everything that's going on. If you've not done it yet, make sure you put that like button on or press the like button because we have 2,000 people watching right now and only 700 likes. We can get that to at least 1,000. The reason I'm ending the stream is because I do not want to waste anybody's time. I just want you guys to move on. If something crazy happens, though, I'll be here again with another crypto stream, another video, another update of sorts. So stick around by pressing that notification bell. But again, I like to value your time. I don't have nothing to say anymore. I could just start rambling, but I don't want to, all right? I want to keep you guys some freedom, and I'll be back if something crazy happens, all right? So, yeah, thank you guys all so much for stopping by and saying hi. I hope that we're going to go blast through everything right now. If Bitcoin goes for a crazy rush, there's a good chance we're going to push through here. But I'll see you guys again in another crypto video or stream, most likely in a few hours, especially if something crazy happens. That's about it.